Hello everyone, this is Josh Hayes here. In my previous video, video of my antenna, I showed you my homemade antenna that I made. Now, this is the SWR video to check the SWR on all the different bands. I used a 128 feet long wire antenna because that's what I bought before, and the SWR was pretty good. However, I also read that 124.5 feet might be better. So if I have to, I guess I could trim my antenna by about 3 feet. A little over, like about 3.5 feet or so. And see if that's better. But this is what I have for SWR so far. At first, when I checked it, it looked pretty good. It looked tunable. But now, when I try to tune it with my radio, it's not tuning very good. So I'm going to turn my radio off for a second. I'm going to turn my radio back on. 1 second here. Give it a second here. Well, I'm going to turn the power supply off. And give it a second. Turn my power supply back on. Turn it on. Now I'm going to release the power button. Okay, now it's strange because it's not on 160 meters, it's on 20 meters now. It's kind of strange. Now I'm going to go to 160 meters. The antenna tuner's not on. I'm going to turn off the AGC. And the preamp and attenuator. I'll turn the volume down. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this power button down. I'm going to do the SWR checking. But first I'm going to go in the middle of the band. And I'm going to go away from that frequency. Oop. Maybe if I go like this it'd be better. Okay. Now I'm going to hold the power button down and check the SWR. Not too terribly bad. It's 2.7. But now it's 2.6. But I have a question for you all. See, now it's 2.7. I have a really good question. I'm going to click quit. Now, I could turn the tuner on. The tuner's on. Now I'll hold the button and tune it. Now look at the SWR. See how it goes back down to 1? Watch when I transmit. Watch. This is KEM4SVD listening. This is KEM4SVD. And I'm going to turn up the power level up to 20. This is KEM4SV. Let's see here. This is KEM4SVD checking my SWR. For some reason, it when I turned it off, it kind of reset itself or something. Let's see here. Compression on. Then I'm going to make sure my gain is on 20. That's weird, y'all. It reset itself. It's strange. Why is that? I don't think it's ever happened like that. Now, I'm going to watch my SWR really well. Okay? Now I'm going to transmit. This is Kilo Mike 4, Sierra Victor Delta, checking my SWR. The SWR looks great. Super great. It was like right there, down there near 1. Super great. Maybe a tad bit went up from 1. Watch this. This is KEM4SVD checking my SWR. See? It was around 1. Slightly maybe above 1. Now, when I hold the power button down, I'm going to check the SWR with the tuner on. And I can't remember what it was before. 1.6, or 2.6, 2.7, right? Now I'm going to hold the power button down. That's strange because before it wasn't tuning, right? And then when I turned off my radio, my power supply, it tuned it great. So what causes that? And then when you reset it, it tunes good. So does that mean, because when I tried to power it on, it kept going off, and then when I turned the radio off, well, the radio was off, I turned my power supply off, you know, then I turned my power for a few seconds, about 5 seconds. I had my power supply off, as you all, you know, were watching my video. And then I turned my power supply back on. I turned my radio on, the Xiegu G90 radio on here. And then it was on 20 meters as opposed to 160 meters. And the thing is, when I turned my radio and my power supply off, when I turned it back on, it was on 20. It was on 20 meters. The compression was off and the mic gain was off. I usually have those up all the way to 20 for mic gain, and then the compression, I mean, you know, is on usually. So something with the settings was different. And not only that, but now when I hold the power button, it looks like it's tuned. But before that, it looked like it was tuned. And then it went straight, that line on the bottom came straight up to the 4, like as if it wasn't even tuned. So that's strange, really strange, y'all. Now, I know this is different, but I'm going to go to 10 meters now. Okay. 10 meters. Let's see how that does with no tuner on. Okay. 2.1. All right, I'm going to make sure that that's off, and then I'm going to make sure that that's off. I'm going to try it again just to check it. Should be around 2.1 with no antenna tuner on, okay? That's better now. Why is it better? It's 1.8. Now it's 1.9. I don't know why it fluctuates. I guess it's just the way the antenna is. 1.9. That's pretty good, y'all. Now it's 2.1. I guess it just fluctuates. Now 2.0, whatever. Now I'm going to tune it. Before, when I had it, see how it tuned real good? Before, when I had this antenna, it was like it didn't even tune. Like I held the power button down, it went all the way up. Like it looked tuned at first, maybe, or it just, no, it stayed in the middle. The SWR sweep or whatever, it stayed basically in the middle as if it wasn't even tuned. So it's strange. Is this something with my radio going on? Or is it the firmware? Now I'm going to hold power button. See what I mean? Well, see? Now it's actually, let's see if it stays there, though. Yes, it stays there. Before, what it did, it would just, you know, not stay all the way down, like down there. It would jump back up, you know, and act as if it's not even tuned. Like the tuner didn't even do anything is what it acted like. But look at that, y'all. It's tuned. Okay, now we're going to go back to, now we're going to go to 80 meters. Now see, it's on 3.500. I usually have it around, because I'm a general class, you know, 3.80. So I don't know why it changes back, you know. I'm going to go, there's a lot of people. What is that? Whoa, that's a big signal. There's a lot of people on 80 meters, it seems like. I'm going to try to get a free space there. It's kind of hard, because there's a lot of people talking. As you could hear, the relays were clicking, I think. So I'm going to check my SWR right here. I think it's open. Look at that, y'all. That don't look good at all. What's that little thing going down in the middle like that? Now it's erased. Okay, so it should say 4. Yeah, it's 4. Now I'm going to quit that, and I'm going to tune it. Let's see if it even tunes it. Look at that, y'all. That quick. I'm going to hold the power button down. That's weird, y'all. Well, look at all those zigzags. What does that mean? Now it's straightened up the zigzags. That is so weird. Now it's making more zigzags. And it's getting better a little bit on the left. Huh. Well, let's go. Let's see if I transmit. This is KEM4SVD checking my SWR. SWR checking. This is KEM4SVD. Perfect SWR there, y'all. Perfect. So I got perfect SWR when I use my tuner on 160, 80 meters. And I'm not really going to check that one because I'm not sure if that's the correct frequency or not for 60 meters. But I'm going to go on, see, now it's in the digital section. Now I'm going to go 7.1, let's just say 8.5, see if it's clear. Nope. Whoa, there's a lot of people on 40. I've noticed I have a lot more signals coming in now. Okay, let's just see here. Now I'm going to turn off this again. Well, let's see. Not memory channel. I'm going to turn that off. Now I'm going to turn the preamp off. Okay, y'all. Turn my antenna tuner off, and I'm going to check it. I believe it's a free thing, free frequency. Okay, 1.8. Let's see if it corrects to something else. 1.6. Okay, it's pretty good. As it's nothing the tuner can't handle, I don't think. Let's tune it. Look how quick that was. Now let's hold power button down. Yes, I'm glad it's actually working now. Before, y'all, it would bounce up to like 2.5 or whatever. But now it's actually tuning. So is that something to do with my firmware? Because I'm amazed. I'm happy now that it's actually tuning. But I don't know why it wouldn't tune. Like it sometimes tunes like this, and then other times it, other times it like acts like it's not tuning, And then when I turn it, maybe I have to turn it off sometimes and turn my power supply itself off, I don't know. It's just strange, though. It really is strange. I don't know what would cause that to act like it's not tuned, unless it's something to do with the firmware, or I don't know. It's really strange. Also, y'all, I don't have my connection from my antenna to my onion soldered. Would that matter? I'm not sure if it would for this scenario, but okay, now let's try 30 meters and try to test it right here. Turn that off there. Okay. Now I'm going to check 30 meters with no antenna tuner on. See, the SWR isn't super great. Tube at 2.2. It's not super great. It's decent. It's pretty good. Now it says 1.4. It's all the different frequencies, though. Now let's see if I tune it. Took a little bit longer to tune it. I'm going to hold the power button down. Let's see if it stays down there, y'all. Let's see if it stays down there. Yes, I'm happy. Let's see one more time. Yes, I am very happy with this radio now and this antenna. That's perfect 1.0. Well, that little thing, it'll clear that up, watch. Yep, there we go. So 30 meters, 14.270. I'll turn that off and whoops. I keep clicking the memory. See, that's the memory channels, but that's the VFO now. Turn the AGC off. Could it be something to do with the preamp and AGC? I don't think it would be. That wouldn't make sense. Okay, now I'm going to test my antenna here. See how it's good. I mean, it's decent, but maybe if I shortened my antenna wire, it might be better. But I've heard sometimes that the longer it is, the better. But 1.3, that's pretty good. 1.3. You could use that without a tuner, probably. 1.4, yeah, for sure, I would think. Now I'm going to use my tuner. Wow, that tuned quick. Now let's check it. Look at that, y'all. Perfect SWR. Now that's weird. It's just showing where it don't tune as good there, I guess. But look at that, y'all. That's pretty good SWR. Okay. Okay, now 18.168. Well, 18.110. Where's the zero? There it is. 18.110 to 168. I'm going to go to 130. I'm going to turn the AGC off. Okay. And I'm going to turn the preamp off. I'm going to turn my antenna tuner off, and then I'm going to check it, the SWR. That's really good right there. That doesn't even need a tuner. That doesn't even need a tuner. I'm going to test this. Well, it went to 131, but it's fine. I'm going to test this without the antenna tuner. This is KM4SVD checking my SWR. See, now it looked like the antenna, the SWR was a little bit high, because I like it to be all the way at the 1. So would I use the antenna tuner? I probably would. But this is KM4SVD checking my SWR. It's still within 1, so it should be good. It's under 2, see? This is KM4SVD checking my SWR levels. Okay, now I'm going to tune my radio. That's a free frequency. It's later in the night anyways, so there shouldn't be many people on 17 meters. This is KM4SVD checking my SWR. Checking my SWR. This is KM4SVD. Now, it's strange because it looked like it's above the 1 some though, but well, look at that, y'all. I mean, that's really good to talk on that. You know, that's perfect, pretty much. Okay, now 21.275, enter. Now I'm going to go to 21.285. And now I'm going to turn the AGC button off. We'll turn the AGC off. Then I'm going to turn the preamp off. And then I'm going to turn the, well, that's not what I was. The threshold. Does that have something to do with my SWR? I usually have it down to there. I don't really know what that actually does. I really don't. It's strange. I guess it keeps you from transmitting, but when I try to transmit it still transmits, even though it's sometimes over that, the SWR, if I haven't tuned my radio on a antenna that's not very resonant, you know. So now I'm going to turn the antenna tuner off. I'm going to check the SWR. It's remarkable how you go from all the way down close to the bottom to around 1.3, 1.6. Now I'm going to tune my radio. Wow, look at that, y'all. Could you imagine? Look how, well, see, that's what I mean exactly, y'all. That right there. That's exactly what I mean. Why does it do that? It goes from the bottom, you know, looks like it tunes and it's not. Could it be something with that SWR thing I did? Let's see here. Well, what's that for? 3, I think, is what the standard was, wasn't it? So now, I'm going to check the SWR. Okay, now I'm going to use the antenna tuner. Now let's check it. That's weird. It's really weird, y'all. So what I'm going to do, 21.285, I'm going to turn my radio off. I'm going to turn my power supply off. I'm going to wait for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll turn my power supply back on. I'll turn my radio back on. Now, it didn't reset or nothing, so that's strange. I'm going to tune the radio. Looks like it's tuned. This is KM4SVD checking my SWR. See, it's around 1, but when I hold this, watch. That looks great. See, that's weird, y'all. It's very strange to me. How did it before I had it, you know, I turned my radio off for 5 seconds and my power supply as well, you know. And now it's like showing on the SWR scanner that it's tuned. That is strange. Does that mean I need to pay attention more to the actual SWR there or this, you know, SWR sweep? You know? It's just really strange. I don't know which one to go by. This, which I thought this would be more accurate, you know? Because I've transmitted all the way. I tuned it, it looked like, on 160 meters. But yet, when I scanned it like this, it was all the way at 4. So it's contradictory, it seems like. So which one would you all go by? Like the SWR scanner up here? Or the actual, I know it went off a little bit, but the frequencies, because it's the dial. I mean, I could click the lock button where it would lock it, but then I don't think the scanner thing would work. But the frequencies, y'all, which would y'all go by? This right here, that SWR meter, or the SWR scanner? See, it's actually doing really good now. I expect a little jump up right there and see. But all the way where it went there, like it looked scanned, then it went all the way up to like 2 or 3. That was very unusual. If you know in the comments why, please let me know. Then I'm going to click quit. Okay. Now, this is 12 meters. 24.930 to 990. I'm going to go to 950. Now I'm going to turn the, and I'm going to turn this back down from 3 down to 1.8. I don't know if it'll mess it up or not. Let's just see. I'd rather talk with lower SWRs where it won't let me go over the SWR, you know. I'm going to turn the preamp off. I'm going to turn the tuner off. That looks tuned already. And it's not even tuned with the tuner. So I'm going to tune it. Now, what was that? Why did it go all the way to 2.5 or so? It's kind of strange. Let's see what it looks like. Now it jumped up some. That's different. Why would the SWR go up with the antenna tuner? Now it went up to like 2.5, 3. See what I mean? Okay, now I'm going to turn my radio off, 24.950, and turn my power supply off. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Turn my power supply back on, turn my radio back on, 24.950. Now, I'm going to tune my radio. Still look the same to me, but what does it actually say? What does the numbers actually say, though? 1.0 on 24.895. What's that? I guess, I don't know if that's digital modes, but if they're in that band, but okay, now it's just the SWR sweep. Now, try it without that. That's a real interesting thing, y'all. Why would it be, it looks like a lower SWR without the tuner. That's kind of strange. I've seen that happen before. I don't know why that is, but please let me know in the comments if you know why as well. Now I'm going to check the SWR of 10 meters, which isn't super good. It doesn't look too good, y'all. Now I'm going to tune it. Okay, now I hope it worked. See what I mean? That's the prime example of what I mean. That right there says it's 1.9, but that right there, y'all, is exactly what I mean. Okay. It should tune it a lot better, I would think. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn my radio off. Turn my power supply off for 10 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to turn my power supply on. Turn my radio on. 28.400. I'm going to tune it. How do you explain it? How do you explain it? How do you explain it, y'all? That does not make any sense to me at all. Must be a firmware something or something. I don't know what it is, but now it looks perfect. Okay. That is strange, strange, strange stuff, y'all. I shouldn't have to keep turning my radio and power supply off for it to fix it. That is very strange. If anyone knows, like, why it would be acting so strange like that, the SWR scanner part of it, please let me know in the comments. And also, have you all ever experienced this? I'm pretty sure you probably have, because I'm running a 1.78 version on the firmware, which I like better than the newer firmware version. But this is different. I don't know why it does that. It looks perfect now. Now I'm going to go to 29.600. That's the FM portion. Now I'm going to tune it. Now I'm going to check it, the SWR. Look at that, y'all. Look, it even gets better. Look how amazing that is, y'all. This is a really nice radio, by the way. But those little things where it goes like, from like, at first it starts at perfectly tuned, like right to the left. Then it jumps up to like 3. And then it goes back to 3, and it like makes a line up at 3. That's the part that I don't really understand. But right now, it's doing great. So I'm just happy about it. Anyways, y'all, this is Josh Hayes. I hope this video helps you. If you had the same issue, maybe we could discuss it in the comments, because it's a really interesting topic. I don't know why it does that. But anyways, y'all, may God bless you all. Have a wonderful day. 73, and thank you very much. God bless you.